As the attention economy grows, we see more and more video editors showing up, and the real question is, why? Do video editors make a lot of money? Is it easy? Or is it even fun? There's a huge mystery to why everybody wants to become a video editor, and today I'm going to debunk and erase all the hype around everything about video editing. Now, here's a warning. If you still want to be a video editor after watching this video, then by all means go ahead. However, if you're one of the smart ones, you need to take this very seriously. When I got into video editing, I thought it was all about getting projects, making easy money, and dealing with the deadline. That's all I thought it was. But then I ran into some shocking information that changed my entire career. Video editing is a business, not a hobby. Now, some of you may say, well, duh, it's a business. You have to understand how to run it like a business. But you don't really know until you step into it. You have to consider when you first become a freelancer, that first $500 you make is fantastic. You feel good. You're probably still working your job. But then you scroll through the internet and you see there's 500,000 other people making the same money you are, going after the same clients you are. And that's when imposter syndrome really hits. You start worrying about how good you are at After Effects, how fast you're cutting, color grading. You start worrying about motion design. And the truth is, that's just 10% of what actually this is. You have to become an entrepreneur. Once I stopped worrying about editing videos and more worrying about getting leads and understanding how to run a business, everything completely changed for me. I remember I just got my first agency job and I was making 17 bucks an hour doing photos and videos, and I enjoyed it. I really had a fantastic time and I still love doing it till this day. However, I realized how unsustainable that was for me, just coming home and working on that job and then coming home and doing some video edits and not being able to make ends meet. So I started taking matters into my own hands. I started doing a lot of research into how video production companies work and how video agencies work and how editing agencies worked. And at the time, editing agencies were not huge. It was giant post-production companies over in LA, Atlanta, New York, and that's all I seen online. So the only information I had was how to run a production company. I started studying the video production route. Eventually I went down there for a long time and I had some fun. I had a lot of clients. I had a good time, made a little bit of money here and there, but it was still never enough to get full time. And I had zero clue why that was until I sat back in my chair one day and I was like, there has to be a better way. And that better way was becoming more of an entrepreneur. Once I started talking to people that were entrepreneurs and working on their business instead of in their business, I learned a lot about how to let people do other things for you, how to delegate, and how to actually focus on getting leads. Because lead flow and constant marketing is how you get jobs. You can be the best video editor in the world. You can have all these great effects. You can have all this great motion design. But if nobody sees it, you're not getting paid. So I started spending a lot of time working on marketing, building up my website, getting a professional email. But once again, I was getting caught up working in the business and not on the business. You think because you have a website and a professional email that is all. That's going to also get you clients. And it's not. So once again, I was on this downward spiral of having trouble getting clients. Why aren't they coming to me? What's going on? I'm a great editor. I know a lot of people. What is actually happening? And this went on for about 6 months. And then something hit me. I was watching a podcast online and I remember how they were talking about how inefficient it was to be working on things by yourself. What I started doing was actually building up a network of people that I could trust that could help me out on projects, because you always think all the money needs to go to you, and it doesn't. You have to build up a team to keep leads coming in, because if you're not working on getting leads, somebody else is going to steal them from you. I started bringing on people that could help with projects that would come in so I could free my time up to send out emails and go to events, make calls and send DMs. Once I did all that, now my video editing business started to flourish and I finally started seeing some consistent payments coming in. I got excited. I started spending money on little things and buying new keyboards and stuff like that. But then a slow month came. I had stopped doing all the lead flow because I was focusing on projects, and I had some churn inside of the video editing business. And once that churn hit, it hit me hard. I also learned this from plenty of entrepreneurs as well, that churn is always going to happen in every business. And I wasn't prepared for that. So I started spending money on things I didn't need. And when churn started happening, I had zero clue what to do. I had all these projects dried up. I had no money coming in. I still was working my job. I felt lonely. I felt like I couldn't pay my team. It sucked for about 6 months again. And I finally started taking control of my life, taking this thing serious, and started to become more of a businessman. Okay, if I'm good at editing and I can do all these graphic designs, all these animations, how does that actually get me paid? Well, it doesn't. So I started watching all these entrepreneur videos online. Once I built that mindset that this was actually a business and not just some freelance video editor system, I started getting more leads, I started winning, and I started signing on more people to work with me. It's been that way ever since. All of this to tell you that you do not want to be just a video editor. You want to be a businessman and an entrepreneur. If you want to just be a video editor, you're probably better off working underneath somebody that has consistent lead flow. That way you don't have to do it. But if you want to actually make a lot more money and get paid what you're worth, you have to spend time becoming a businessman and learning the ins and outs of profit, revenue, lead flow, all of this organization. You have to understand every bit of this to get to the top of your video video editing game. So if you want to learn more about why being just a video editor isn't smart, book a coaching call down below and let's have a conversation. We can create a game plan for you to get you on your feet and to keep you from making the same mistakes that I did when I first started, because it's better to learn from somebody than it is to learn by yourself sometimes. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.